This again we have done a lot in our schooling life, and we used to hate it because the CBSE students did not get calculators, and that is why they used to hate doing it by this, as there was a lot of calculation involved in it. Well, luckily now you have calculators, and luckily now this method won't be that hard anymore. So let's revise what we used to do in this kind of sums. It's simple that we had a cost. This cost is again inclusive of all kinds of other capitalized cost, right? So we had the cost. On this cost, we were given a WDV percentage, right? And also sometimes to confuse, they used to give us the salvage value. Again, remember, as the percentage is given to us, which already includes the salvage value, this salvage value here will also be ignored. In the full of the WDV method, we have to ignore the salvage value. What we used to do is, suppose if the cost was 1 lakh rupees and the WDV was 10%, what we used to do is first year depreciation is 1 lakh into 10%, that will be 10,000. The next year, we used to not apply the 10% on 1 lakh, but what we used to do is we used to reduce the price by the depreciation. So we used to say 90,000 into 10%, which is equals to 9,000, right? Then again, we used to reduce the price from the depreciation and say, okay, next year 81,000 into 10%, which will give us 8,100, right? So this is how the depreciation is, and this is why it is named as the reducing balance method. As you can see that the balance is reducing, on which the depreciation is constant in terms of percentage, but depreciation in amount is reducing. So there were few characteristics, if we remember, between the SLM method and the WDV method. See, if you ever have noticed, in the first year, it doesn't matter if I go by SLM method or I go by WDV method, the amount of depreciation will be same. In the next year, what will happen is in SLM, the amount will be same. This will be same. But in WDV, the amount has reduced. The amount of depreciation has reduced, right? So the next year there will be a difference. It will not be same, and so on and so forth. As then when we go the years forward, the depreciation will keep on reducing in WDV method. Now let's have a look at the formula through which the percentage is calculated in WDV. See, in SLM, if we had to find out the percentage of depreciation, we used which formula? We used this. Depreciation as per SLM divided by the cost of the machine into 100. While as in WDV or the reducing balance method, if we have to find out the percentage, it is in this manner. 1 minus nth root of residual value divided by the cost of asset into 100. See, this is how it was computed. 1 minus nth root. This nth root is the life. Like if the life is 10 years, then it will be 10th root. If the life is 12 years, then it will be 12th root. If the life is 2 years, it will be square root of the residual value divided by the cost. See, again we are including what? We are again including the salvage value, and hence in any WDV calculation, the percentage includes the salvage value, and hence while calculating, we ignore the salvage value as the percentage is already inclusive of it again. Let's look at few sums to have a more better understanding of WDV. So the first sum is from our exercise sum number 1. So the sum number 1 says that Amit Limited purchased a machine on 1/1/2008 for 1,20,000. Please, in any sum of depreciation, it is very important to take care of the dates. So it is 1/1/2008 for 1,20,000. Installation expenses were 10,000. Do we have to consider this? Yes, we have to consider this. Residual value after 5 years was 5,000. Do we have to consider this line? Not totally, but we do have to consider 5 years, but not 5,000 rupees, as the salvage value is there, and this sum belongs to WDV, and as the percentage is given to us, we do not need to look at the salvage value. On 1/7/2008, expenses for repairs were incurred to the extent of 2,000. Depreciation is provided at 10% per annum under written down value method. The depreciation for the 4th year is, again, repairs is given to us, and we know where this is going. Repairs can be capital repairs or repairs can be revenue repairs. as again nothing is said about that, hey, by the repairs we have increased the efficiency, so the cost should be increased. As nothing like this is said, we will assume the repairs to be revenue repairs. We will assume the repairs to be revenue repairs, and hence we will ignore the repairs part in totality. We will not take it into consideration. Now let's do the sum. The cost is 1,20,000 plus 10,000, as 10,000 is the installation expenses. So the cost is 1,30,000. What will be the depreciation for first year? Simple. It is 1,30,000 into 10%, right? That will be 13,000. Now you know how to calculate this. It is simple. You have to do it step by step. The first year is 1,30,000 minus 13,000. This is the depreciation of first year. So what will be the balance that will be remaining with me? So the balance will be 1,17,000. The next year I will do 1,17,000 into 10%. That will be 11700, which will again give me 105,300. The next year is 105,300 minus 10%, which will be equal to 10530. That will give me 94770. Now the fourth year, the opening balance is 94770, and this is what I have to find out, the depreciation of the fourth year. What will it be? 9477 as 10% of this, correct? So this is how we can calculate. One more short cheat as a CA I want to give you is that 1,30,000 minus 10% is equal to 117,000, right? This line. Also I can tell you is how to get this 1,17,000 is 1,30,000 into 90%. See, as I know that the depreciation is 10% and as I know the total of percentage is always 100, I will say, okay, after year 1, what is left will be 90% of it. So what I could have done here also is 1,30,000 into 90% into 90% into 90%. As soon as I do this, what happens is first year value, second year end value and third year end value. I will automatically get the opening balance of fourth year, right? So next time if you have to calculate, you don't need to do into 10% minus equal to into 10% minus equal to. All you can do is 1,30,000 into 90% into 90% into 90%. And I wish you do this on your calculator right now with me and you will get the answer 94770. And then it's easy peasy for you to find out the depreciation of the fourth year. That is nothing but the 10% of it. That will be 9477. Got it? Good. So now let's look at sum number 43 to 47. These are important sums and this is a very nice little MCQ. So consider the following information. Rate of depreciation under the written down value method is 20%. So what is my percentage of WDV? It is 20%. Original cost of the asset is 1 lakh rupees. What is my original cost? Original cost is 1 lakh rupees. And the residual value of the asset at the end of its useful life. I am not given what is the useful life, but I have given that at the end, the value would be 40960. Now this is an interesting question. Usually they give us the life and in WDV the life does not matter as they give us the percentage, right? But in this question they haven't given us the life and they have said at the end the salvage value will be 40960. Now let's look at all the questions. First at 43rd. The estimated useful life of the asset is. Now this is a question mark, right? We need to find out the useful life of the asset. So one way to do is that pick up your calculator and start doing this. 1 lakh is the original cost. Let's do 1 lakh minus 20%. This will be where the value at the end of 1 year. Then what we'll do is we'll keep this here minus 20%. This will be the value at the end of year 2. What we'll do, we'll put it here minus 20%. This will be the life at the end of year 3. We'll keep on doing this. We'll keep on doing this till we get the value as this one, 40960. Why? Because this is the last value. We know this is the salvage value. There is no depreciation after this. So let's keep on doing this and hope we see this figure 40960 some year. So let's do. So let's pick up your calculators and do 1 lakh minus 20%. So you got 80,000. That is after year 1. Minus 20%. Year 2 we get 64,000. Minus 20%. Year 3 we get 51,200. Year 4 we do minus 20% and wow, we got 40,960. So this is one way of doing it, is that the answer is at the 4th year we will get the value as 40960, and this is one of the easier mechanisms to do it. So why not do it? The next one, MCQ, is what is the depreciation for the first year? We already know that 1 lakh into 20%, that will be 20,000. So that option is very easy. What will be the depreciation for second year? Again, we know how to calculate that. Let's do it again. 1 lakh minus 20,000. What was the value after year 1? 80,000. So what we'll put? 80,000 into 20%, which will give us 16,000. See, I'll give you a short cheat. How to find 20%, 30%, 40%, such things. How do we find it faster? See, 20% is nothing, but you should be able to know to multiply it by 2. So 80,000, we need to calculate the 20% of it. What is 8 2s are? 8 2s are 16. So the answer has to do something with 16. If we had to calculate 80,000 into 30%, what would be the answer starting with? 24. You guessed it right. If we had to do 80,000 into 40%, what we need to multiply is 8 4s are. What is 8 4s are? Is 32. So the answer will start with 32. Now, how many zeros to add is another question. See, how many zeros does a percentage have? A percentage has 2 zeros. So all we got to do is eliminate 2 zeros. So how many zeros are we left with? 3. Let's add 3. How many eliminate? 2 eliminate. What is left with? 3. So let's do 3 and 3. You can check it with your calculator now. 80,000 into 20% will give us 16,000. 80,000 into 30% will give us 24,000, and 80,000 into 40% will give us 32,000. Okay, let's come back to our sum. So what will be the second year depreciation? Our second year depreciation is going to be 16,000. What is the next question? What is the depreciation for your third year? Okay, let's do it. What is the depreciation for third year is, let's find out the balance. What will be my balance? 80,000 minus 16,000, right? So my balance is 64,000. Now let's do this without calculator. I'm excited for you, right? What do we have to find out? 64,000 into 20%. What do we have to do is 64,000 into 20%. So let's do it. What do we need to do is we need to multiply 64 by 2. What is 60 by 2 is 120, and what is 4 by 2 is 8. So I can say the answer has to do something with 128. 64 into 2 is 128. How many zeros to put? Remove the 100 zeros. You have 2 zeros. So the figure is 12800, right? So what is the depreciation for third year? The depreciation for the third year is 12800. Now the simplest question asked to you is, what is the depreciation of the fourth year? And I know you can do it.